everybody, and welcome to Archer's Point, the brand new series here on TTRP Theater. I am your storyteller, Rachel, aka the Peacock Vampire. You can find me on Instagram as the Peacock Vampire. This is our wonderful mindfucky Lovecraftian series. Get ready for the insanity. Just a quick little warning. This is going to deal a lot with bending reality, a lot of making people question their own sanity. There will be elements of body horror and a lot of playing on phobias. So if for any reason you feel uncomfortable with any of those subjects, please take care of yourself and don't watch. I would rather you be in a good place than have a viewer. People first. So we will go around. We will introduce our wonderful cast, starting with Ben.
Hi, hello. My name is Ben. I am findable pretty much only on the TTRP Discord in terms of social media as Ben Tells Horror Stories. I tell the story of Wrath and Tears, a called actual play, every other Sunday. People tell me it's pretty good. And I'm excited to see what Rachel does to us. So,
just the worst. Tommy.
Hello, my name is Tommy. Oh, am I not muted? There we go. Hello, my name is Tommy. You can find me also on the TTRP Theater Discord and on various other shows on TTRP Theater, like Cyberpunk Red, which was just yesterday. It's every other Wednesday. And Heritage and Honor, which is a Werewolf the Apocalypse story, every other Friday. That's going to be tomorrow. And also Venison Baldery, which is the vampire game. It's 5th edition Sabbat Tale. And yeah, that's me.
And then I think this is your first appearance on TTRP Theater, Zach.
Yes, it is. Hi, I'm Zach Rivaldo. First time on the channel. Happy to be here. You can normally find me on places like ATL by Night, Adjacent by Night, Gehenna Gaming, Caring Comfort Studios, Martlet Games. I'm, as I say, wherever tabletop games are played, and now I'm finally here.
We are happy to have you. And so in the credits, you notice there was a fourth person. There were some scheduling issues. Real life had to do what it does and just be unfair. So Mallory will be joining us after the break, giving her some time to catch her breath, get some food in her. It's going to be great. Gonna love her character. So let's jump right in. Your characters are on a bus. Going to insert destination here for whatever reason. It is a bright, sunny day. The skies are beautiful. It is like something out of a Norman Rockwell painting. You are going along the seaside. The sun is glittering off of the water. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's serene. Mike, introduce yourself.
this is Mike Donovan. The people he work with calls him Quiet Mike because he tries to keep his head down and just do his job. He looks like what probably could be considered a repairman. He's got kind of that company issue polo shirt and the Dickies pants on. The thing about Mike, though, is that even though it's a bus ride, he is still immaculately shaved and cleaned up, and the pants are pressed. Seems like he spends a lot of time on his appearance, less on being handsome and more on being professional. Right now, he's probably just listening to something, a book on tape, and looking out the window and waiting for his next work email.
And Mike, as you look around the bus, it's almost full. There are a couple spare seats here and there, and you see as always, an unfamiliar face. None of these people you know, but you see a woman, Jane. Introduce yourself.
Jordan.
Sorry, Jordan. Wrong show.
As you can see, wrong show. That's tomorrow. Jordan, as you can see, looks very standout. Just the bright yellow the yellow glasses against the sun. Very, very dressy, though kind of party-ish. Like she's either coming from a party and is just like ignoring people and probably quietly nursing a headache, or is going to somewhere important, one or the two. But she is very much not paying attention to anyone on the bus and just staring outside, and just this kind of person who's like, don't bother her. You might get bitchy.
And both of you, again, looking around, Jordan not paying attention, but you notice there are just other people on the bus who maybe are up to your standards, maybe not. But there is one person on there who just kind of looks a little uncomfortable. Orion, why don't you introduce yourself?
Quick aside, remind me what year it is in this game?
This year.
Okay, great.
But in a universe where the panini never happened.
All right, that's going to affect the technology that I had. Orion is mostly on his phone at this point, just going through like message boards, keeping up on, different groups and their latest sightings of various occurrences. He likes to keep apprised of what everybody's looking for, what everybody's theorizing, what everybody's in the know on. He's a little unkempt because he doesn't really value that side of things so much. He has better ways to spend his time. But he's like one hand on his phone, just sort of scrolling, the other hand just sort of playing with his necklace. He's probably just like bouncing his foot and it's making a noise just to keep the sense of motion constantly going. And I'm sure it's disturbing at least one person on this bus.
Was that a question?
No, that was a annoyed. This is one.
Round one.
So as the bus goes along, again, it is gorgeous. It is wonderful. And it's, right before the sun starts its descent. But for some reason, you all start to feel a little tired. Maybe it's travel. Maybe you've just been working hard. Maybe it's because it's the first chance you've had to relax in a long time, but you start to feel tired. And you feel like you're sinking deeper and deeper until you just fall asleep. And when you wake up, you are still on the bus, but it is almost pitch dark outside. The bus has stopped, but it's not at your destination. And there are only 4 people on this bus now. One of them has a pretty nasty looking head injury from some jolt that you don't remember taking, but you're kind of in a dislocated position in your own seat. Something happened. There are belongings of other people still on the bus. But other than you 4, there are no people.
Confirmation, is the bus in motion or is it just stopped?
The bus has stopped.
What the hell is going on?
Did you get robbed?
Your stuff is all here.
That loud guy's iPhone, whatever is still here. If someone was going to rob the bus, that'd be gone.
Fuck my dad. Okay. I'm gonna start digging through my bag, and just to see what equipment I have.
Checking all her stuff too.
I'm immediately. I have several theories about this already, so now I'm just trying to see, and I'm just gonna start narrowing it down of what we've got, and so I'm gonna pull out probably it's like a box. It's about the size of a cell phone, and it's just got like a graph on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes like a clicky noise the moment I turn it on. I'm just looking to see if it starts picking up any frequencies.
So it's just is this an EMF reader?
Yes.
So, it's kind of picking something up off in the distance. I'm not fully well versed on how EMF readers work, but we'll pretend that's how they work. But all your phones, there's no signal.
Okay, nothing here. I'm like passing it over the stuff and over the empty seats. Okay.
Oh, great. That's fantastic.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There were a lot more than 4 people on this bus. But there's 4 people here.
Yes.
Also, as a note, remember the driver is not there.
Mm-hmm. The 3 of us and the person with the head injury.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Jordan's gonna get up and check the girl just to make sure she's like, has a pulse.
Yeah. Oh no, she's breathing, but her jolt was a little bit more violent than the rest of you, so she's gonna take a while to wake up.
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. There's only 4 people on this bus, and one of them, and none of us are like that. Yeah, that could be anything at this point.
That's her head hitting the window.
Alternately, it could be deception. It'd be very easy to put somebody in here that would blend in, especially if the 3 of us don't match that. I mean, why didn't any of us hit that hard? It's not like there's seatbelts on the bus. There should be seatbelts on the bus, but there's not seatbelts on the bus.
Mike, in the distance out of your window, you see that there is a gate.
All right. You mean
It's
like
open. Like,
like
those
a
fancy
gate on a
wrought
fence?
iron gates with the stone columns on the side. Yep, it's open. Your bus is outside of it.
That drives quite nicely with his plan to head to the front of the bus and see if there's a crash, if the door opens, if the driver's clothes are kind of empty, sitting in the spot where he was sitting, or anything else. So
yeah, all the belongings of everyone besides you, well, your belongings are there too. Everything is there. There's no remains or anything. There's not like piles of dust. It's not wholly like it's kind of like the Langoliers. Just they're just gone. But
yeah,
the front of the bus, there was no impact.
All right.
There's no broken glass. The door is still fully functional.
Is the so I presume it's just like the basic hydraulic handle. All right. He kind of looks back at the other 3. Sees. I don't want to say he frowns, but he's certainly not smiling. Says, "Does she look like she needs a doctor, or just needs a night of sleep?"
Just she should be fine. Like it's not crack. Like it's not a controlled bleeding. It's just a seat, but she's knocked out for a bit.
Allegedly.
Wow. All right. Well,
what do you think is going on?
Well, I'm not picking up any immediate frequencies here. So spectral activity is sort of off the radar. I'm not a particularly religious person, so rapture is probably off the table as well. Interdimensional sidestepping is a possibility, but there's not enough evidence for that just yet. I don't think this is a prank show thing. It's not. Usually there's something more lively with that. There's a lot of options.
Keep working on them, I guess. Mike, is anything outside? Like, where do you know where we are at all? Or sorry, I don't know his name. Do you know?
Mike.
What's going on up there? Where do we stop?
I don't know. The bus is fine. There looks like there's maybe a mansion gate or something over there. Looks like there's some iron fence with a door in the middle. I don't know. As long as Vincent Price doesn't come out, I'm not really too worried about it, but I figured I'd at least make sure everything looks fine on the outside of the bus too.
It's a mansion.
It looks like a mansion gate. All I'm seeing is the fence. I'm just saying they don't put a trailer behind a fence like that. There's either Batman villains or there's a mansion. There's only two things that go behind those.
Or a graveyard.
Or what?
All right. Well, that's fine. Three things. We're only going to think about two.
Okay, well, are we taking her or leaving her? Because we need to not be in here, I don't think.
Well, let's make sure we're not walking into a pack of wild dogs or Hell's Angels or Girl Scouts selling cookies or something before we try to move somebody that's unconscious. I don't think we should leave her behind if we get the hell out of here, but no sense in picking her up unless we gotta.
I'm not going to make you roll for this. You get the sense that there is nothing else out there.
All right. So yeah, then Mike levers open the handle and walks out and starts doing a loop of the bus, I guess.
Yep, it's the same bus you've been riding. No damage. No cosmetic paint scratches. It's just like it was put here.
Is the engine warm? Like if I go to the front of the vehicle, is it warm like it just turned off, or is it all nice and cold?
And there is there's a small layer of fog that you see now that you're off of the bus around the gate.
I would say that this is the moment that Mike gets his first case of the collywobbles. Because there is nothing good that'll knock 4 people out long enough for an engine this size to get cold. Like that's a long time, and that's not okay. So there's fog by the gate, you said? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just a thin layer.
Just a thin layer. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine. Mike kind of steps back up on the bus and says, well, good news and bad news. There's nothing out there, but that engine's cold. And I mean stone cold. And that takes them like 10 hours to cool off.
That would imply that we've been here for quite some time, which if there's no damage to the outside of the bus, that rules out an accident, which furthers my theory about the one with the wound on the head. Could be carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide.
But why is everyone gone? Like, is somebody coming in and taking people and coming out, and we just happen to wake up before they're done?
That is a very good theory, and it would tie in pretty well with the sudden arrival of a gate that may lead to a mansion, probably not a Batman villain, up ahead. It could be that we are next, or last, as it would appear. Could go either way.
So far, that makes the most sense of anything to me.
Well, I'm not picking up anything on my machinery, so that abduction seems to be the current leading theory, yes. Are either of you particularly notorious and or wealthy? I mean, it's not a necessity. General human trafficking is also on the table, but I was figuring I would just narrow down the options.
Yeah, but it's everyone on the bus, though, not just wealthy people. So
that would lend itself towards the aforementioned human trafficking, then.
All right.
Well, I'm getting my toolbox out of the bottom of the trunk. Does anybody else want anything else, or should I just look for mine?
I've got everything here.
Since everything's already here, I'm just gonna look through everyone's stuff.
You're going through everyone's stuff?
I'm going through everyone's stuff.
Cool. You find flashlights, you find a first aid kit. There are some, one random person has like walkie-talkies. Weirdly enough for all four of you when this
Convenient.
unconscious person wakes up. We have lighters, just pretty useful stuff.
She just like starts going through everyone's stuff and just kind of tossing anything that seems mildly useful into one seat.
Let's say you just empty out a backpack and you put all that stuff in that backpack.
Sure. Yeah. How thematic. Into a backpack.
So are we staying on the bus? Are we all staying on the bus? I know Mike's getting his stuff.
Yeah, just a toolbox. It's not one of those big 500-pound roll-em-ups. It's just a handheld one.
So then, Jordan, are you carrying this unconscious person, or are you leaving that to Orion?
I don't think you would carry her with the suspicion.
I prefer not to. I'm not really a heavy lifting kind of person. It's not my forte.
All right, I got him. That's fine. I got him.
So yeah, I'm gonna say so you're not overburdened. Jordan, you're carrying the toolbox as well. You're not gonna have to roll strength or whatever. You're now the useful person.
Right. Yep.
Mike, you were carrying this unconscious person, and as all three of you, I guess all four of you, go towards this gate, you see on the wrought iron of the gate, Archer's Point. As if it's the name of a town. But you don't know this town. It was on your route. But you're somewhere in Archer's Point. It's the name of the show.
The town's surrounded by a gate.
And as
no. It's full of rich people.
And as you pass by, you see that the stone columns on each side are covered with lichen and vines, and the hinges are kind of rusted, as if it's been a long time since the last time this was moved, but it's open for you. And you walk through the gate into a town square. And the fog is a little bit thicker here. And the architecture is sort of a Tudor Germanic. It is pretty old school, not reminiscent of, the 21st century. It's pretty historic, and there's no sound. There's a fountain in the middle of the square, but you don't hear the water at all, even though it's on. There's no wind, there's no bugs. The fog itself is shifting, but you don't feel anything. And the shops look normal, but not. There's a butchery. It doesn't have a sign that says it's a butchery, but you can tell it is because of the meat hanging in the windows, the meat that looks fresh. And the sign that has a pig's head. And there's a fishmonger. Again, all the produce out there is fresh. The sign has a gutted fish. And then you have your grocers and your post office and all of this. It looks like this is a fully functional town, but it just seems off.
All right, buddy, what's your ectometer say now?
Well, I haven't turned that one on, but
okay.
I'm gonna pull up.
Great.
I'm gonna pull out the parabolic and see if I can hear anything. Since I can't hear anything right here, maybe something magnified might help.
For steering purposes, since I know we need to bring our fourth person in.
Yes.
After the break, you guys are more than welcome to come back into the town square to investigate. But right now, you are hearing something coming from what looks to be an inn. And I'm going to say you walk a little bit closer to it, and there is a sign that actually has words on it, and it says Archer's Point Bed and Breakfast.
This has sound. This has noise.
Seems like a theater set.
Could be like Brigadoon or Pengali.
Do you want to go where the noise is?
Not really, but I mean, it's that or we wander around the sound dampening town until some creature comes out of it. So limited options.
Yeah, honestly. So.
Well, ladies first.
She goes first. Big spiral.
Yeah, so you go in through the front doors of the inn, and it's not, once you go inside, it's clearly not a bed and breakfast. This now looks to be like a moderately styled 1920s hotel. You've got Art Nouveau stylings of paintings and furniture, and obviously there's no one at the main desk, but there are letterboxes behind it for each room for when they get mail, and all of them are empty except for one.
Peeks inside, peeks back outside as if trying to see if, it's time changed already. Or
I mean, it's still the same out there.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is not a bread and breakfast. It's a whole thing.
Whole thing?
Whole thing.
Whole thing. Oh, it is a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a little less Brigadoon, a little more Tower of Terror.
And there's a sound coming from anywhere inside?
I mean, in the sense that there is no one here, but it doesn't feel like anything's being dampened.
Okay, so like footsteps and stuff are heard.
Yeah, you hear your own footsteps.
This place actually lets us hear sound as opposed to the fountain, which we can't hear the sound. Is there a bell on the counter with letterboxes?
Mm-hmm.
Just for testing the sound theory, I will go over and just tap it.
It rings. It is as sharp and annoying as a normal hotel bell is.
We have sound in here.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to check the thing in the letterbox since no one's here to stop you?
I suppose that's the only way we're going to learn any more information, because service appears apparently abysmal. Yeah, sure. I will go check the strange letterbox and the strange building and the strange town. And I'll walk over, gently pull it out of the box.
So yeah, it's a sealed envelope. The wax seal doesn't have any stamp into it. It's just a wax seal. And when you open it, it is a hotel room key for room 508 and a welcome note that says, "We hope you enjoy your stay, Mr. Rivers."
Okay, it's not a generic note. Well.
And under your name, it has the surnames of all four of you.
Well, on the plus side, we have access to a room. I'll hold up the key.
And what's the bad part?
Well, I don't remember making a reservation here, but it's in my name, and probably I'm gonna deduction the rest of you three as well.
And come over and take the letter.
It's mostly my name.
Yeah, it has all four of your surnames. You see the surname Miss Carmichael, whom you're assuming is the passed out young woman.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Rivers, Mrs. Dean,
It's me.
and
Donovan.
what's Mike's last name?
It's Donovan.
Donovan.
Donovan. Mr. Donovan.
Mike doesn't seem to be like Mike has a D20 in Brawn. He does not seem to be at all winded by, carrying this person, but he does kind of adjust the way he is transporting them. It's not romantic or anything else like that. It is more of a like, I am still not convinced I am not going to have to haul ass with this person in tow. And he has absolutely used up his entire year's supply of faces for I don't like what's happening around me. Like, he is already on E on that tank. He's just unthrilled.
Well, right now, y'all have two choices. You can either stay in the lobby or you can take the elevator up to floor 5.
Oh.
Look, I gotta be honest, this feels a hell of a lot like a Silent Hill game, but on the other hand, this person needs to stop being moved around
You need the bed
until we wake up. Yeah. And if they did this whole damn thing for the 4 of us, I got a sense that if we don't at least play at least a little bit along, we're gonna wake up back on the fucking bus or something stupid like that. Because if they can gas us out for 12 hours, they can do it again.
Let's assume they're not waiting for us. They're not going to look for us on the bus, expecting us to be on the bus. It might, chase us. Well, no, because we have an invitation to be here. So, yeah, I guess.
Look, until Bob Saget comes out of the walls, I don't know what to do.
Do we just want to follow the breadcrumbs then?
I guess so. Follow the path, go to the room, check in.
I'm not
The elevator.
interested. Yeah.
The elevator ride is completely boring up. I mean, it's no elevator music is playing, but I think that's kind of, a blessing at this point. But you ride the elevator to floor 5, nothing weird happens. You get to floor 5 and you find room 508, and you walk into what is essentially this hotel's presidential suite. There is a common living room in the area and 2 rooms off to each side, 2 queen-size beds in one, 2 queen-size beds in the other. So each of you can have your own nicely spacious bed. The room itself, again, it is in gorgeous Art Nouveau style, lots of greens and golds and bronzes. There are a little bit of age spots on the walls as if it's been here a while, but it smells like fresh flowers. You don't see any fresh flowers, but it smells like it's been freshly cleaned. And let's just say on your bed, Orion, there's something on the pillow. It's not a mint, it's not a chocolate, it's a key. And there's a little note beside it that says 2 down. So where we last left off, Orion, you had just found a key on the pillow of, let's say this is the bed you're claiming, and a note beside it saying 2 down. And at this very time, the passed out young woman starts to stir. Mike, have you put this person down on a bed, or are you still holding them?
Oh, he has put them down on a bed. The only thing he has done to them, especially now realizing that they're in a cheerleader outfit, he has just taken their shoes off so they don't get the bed dirty because he's a goob like that, and has left the room as quickly as possible because 6 feet of police record does not stand over gal folks when they wake up. That doesn't happen. So he is GON gone.
So I guess, Emma, you are waking up alone in an unfamiliar room. You were just on a bus. Now you got a head wound. First off, introduce yourself, but also what's going on in your head?
So this is Emma Carmichael. How much introduction do you want me to give about her out of character?
As much as you want.
She is a 5-time national champion cheerleader who was going to her next national and somehow woke up in a scary room. What kind of room is this?
Oh, yes, sorry, you were not here for the description. So this hotel room is very reminiscent of like a 1920s hotel room. Like, it's gorgeous, like Art Nouveau, because Art Nouveau is better than Art Deco. I said it, but it's beautiful. Like, there are some age spots on the wall, but it smells like it's been freshly cleaned. Like, it doesn't feel creepy in so much as you don't feel like it's a place of ill repute, but there is something that's just a little bit off about it.
And I have my bag next to me.
Your bag, yep, your bag's next to you.
I'm gonna call 911.
Your phone doesn't work. There's no service.
What the actual fuck? What kind of place doesn't have service? This is just unacceptable.
We all hear that from the other room.
You awake? Are you good in there?
Do I hear just from like the other side of the wall?
Yeah, so you are in, this is essentially a presidential suite. So there is a small sitting room in the middle. You're in the girls' room, and everyone else is in the other room across from the guys' room, across of the small sitting room. There are 2 queen beds. Someone else's belongings are on the other bed. I'm assuming, Jordan, you put your belongings on the other bed.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, they're in the same suite as you are.
She's gonna grab like a sock, like knee-high sock or something out of her bag to like choke somebody, because she thinks she woke up at a random hotel that's like super fancy. At this point, she thinks something very bad's about to happen, and she's gonna go outside and investigate the voices and like try to hide it like your back.
At this point, Jordan's probably like in the sitting room, just like with a headache fully now, and looks at her coming out, like, hi.
You don't look like a kidnapper.
Yeah, so remember the bus?
Yes.
No one was in except us 4.
Really?
Everyone's stuff was still in there, but like the people were gone, the driver was gone. We didn't crash. We stopped at like the edge of this town, and hypothesis, it may be that, you know, they started kidnapping people and we just woke up in time. We brought you with us, and now we're here.
Hypothesis has changed to ghost town.
Yeah, it's also, we entered town and there's no one. Everything is very like old, aged.
Okay, but like define old.
Like, Mike, define old.
Like, my cell phone's not working, and that's like a serious problem.
I don't know. Well, there was you know what? I got an idea. Can I get back to the elevator?
Sure.
Okay, here's what I'd like to do. I want to go to the like a maintenance panel on the elevator and open it up.
Okay.
Just to get a sense, like, is it cogs and belts and brass, or is it chips, or is it tubes? Like, you know, what decade sort of
Yeah,
quickly
so
looking?
So as you open up, it is cogs and tubes, but also wires and chips. It's like this was made by someone who kind of had an idea of what they were doing and they mismatched things together. It functions fine, but it's weird.
Mike closes the panel with a very deep and expansive frown and says, well, I thought that was going to tell me more than I... There's not supposed to be vacuum tubes and ribbon cables in the same thing. I don't know. I'm voting aliens.
Orion will walk out of the room. He's pocketed the other key before it's become a topic of conversation at this point. I mean, that's not the worst theory. There's probably other more underground theories than that, but not the worst.
Jordan, do me a favor, roll me your brains. And I'm choosing you specifically because of your backstory.
Or
roll me your brains at difficulty, I'll say difficulty 5. And this is a planned action.
And that is a 2.
Well, this is a planned action, so you can half your roll and just take it.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you want to do that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you notice Orion pocketing something.
She takes notes of that, but she's going to keep it right now, but she keeps notes of it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, your phone's not going to work because everything's fucked.
Okay, but define fucked.
You're in you woke up in a strange room with a head wound.
I have a head wound?
Yeah, your head knocked into the side of the bus when something happened, and you might go look in the mirror because it's kind of just there.
Yeah, did nobody thought to, I don't know, maybe put a little tissue on there?
It wasn't
she
bleeding
storms
too
off
bad.
to the bathroom before you can talk.
I mean, yeah, it's a fully functional bathroom, beautiful, gold plating on everything. The lighting flickers a little bit when you turn it on, but yeah, it's not deep at all. It's very much so surface wound, but you have a head wound.
She'll go to her bag and grab her makeup kit.
Mm-hmm.
Because she mostly cares aesthetically about it, doesn't really care that it's there. But she'll disinfect it with water and soap and then try and cover that shit up before going back outside.
The soap is very fragrant, but there's a sense that it's not, how do I word this?
Not soapy.
It's like an echo of what soap should smell like.
Should feel like.
Yeah.
Croy soap.
I don't know that she's not freaking out enough to notice that. She probably just doesn't even she cares more about aesthetically looking okay and then getting her cell phone working to pick up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So are we all congregating back in the room yet, or Mike, are you still at the elevator?
No, he's the hell away from that elevator. He doesn't like it. He's trying not to think about it. But with the conversations about phones, he does try to take out his phone and just do the is there Wi-Fi? Is there any service? Anything?
Nothing.
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 Not even printer 9852, huh?
Nope.
Dang. There's always a printer.
Yeah, I don't think there's any type of signal you saw outside.
What's happening outside?
So outside there's silence. No one's there.
Silence.
So no one. So out of the town square, where we'll show you maybe at some point once we care to do that again. There's a fountain, that's working and active and makes no sound. You cannot hear your own footsteps. There are no people. There's no sounds in the distance. There's no wind. There's no animal sounds. There's no sounds.
So, like, did you all, like, partake in some really bad drugs? Because I don't do that. Like, I can get kicked off the team for that.
I wish this was drugs.
I don't trust where they come from.
They come from everywhere.
But like, water makes noise, so there would, like, have to be, like, noise.
Mm-hmm.
That's a normally, yes, that's the baseline, except, and is this in near the fountain at any point, at any distance, like to where if I opened a window, it'd be audible?
Yeah.
I just open the window.
You hear a fountain.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
all
gonna stick my head out the window.
You still hear the fountain.
Sounds are loud, like here, but not out there.
Bad drugs. You should talk to your dealer about that.
I call from one, like, I can hear it out here too.
So you can hear the fountain from here, but we couldn't hear it when we were down there next to it.
Apparently.
All right. Oh, another thing.
Do two of us want to go outside and see if you can hear us?
I kind of don't want to know that answer, but also yes.
For the sake of testing a theory, yes.
Yeah.
Like I want to know that if I want to know if we can hear us scream for help.
That's fair.
Like, I don't care about science. I care about, like, finding out the fucking Scooby-Doo rules.
Yeah.
So, like, I know why I was on that bus, but, like, what were each of you on that bus for?
I mean, I know why I was on the bus, but why were you?
I was going to nationals. Duh.
National what?
Oh my God. You did not just say that. National competition.
There's national cheerleading competitions?
Oh my God. Yes. What is wrong with you? Do you live underneath a rock?
No.
Netflix just did a documentary about it.
I mostly watch Hulu.
That explains a lot.
GM, I want to test a quick theory.
Sure.
So cell phones have not worked, no signal, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna push and hold the 9 button until like the emergency SOS call kicks on.
Nothing happens.
And I'll just hold up the phone. This isn't supposed to happen.
I mean, it looks kind of like an old phone, so maybe.
No. It's supposed to be federal government law that even if there isn't signal, this gets routed somewhere to the nearest service area. But even this is not happening here, which means that something is blocking this.
So, like, I went to a competition in another country once. Maybe we're in, like, another country and, like, those, like, phone code things don't work the same. Because, like, 911 in, like, Europe is, like, different.
We took a bus to Europe.
I don't know. I woke up in a creepy hotel room.
So, Miss Carmichael, that's your name?
How'd you know my name?
It's on the letter.
She'll hand Emma the letter.
So the letter that you are handed by this strange woman who I don't think has introduced herself yet.
Nope, not at all.
None of us have.
The letter says, I can't remember exactly the words I used. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Mm-hmm.
And it has Mr. Rivers, Mrs. Dean, Mr. Donovan, Miss Carmichael.
Okay, is this some, like, American Horror Story shit? Because I don't want any of this.
That's also one of them.
What?
We have a string of, like, shows and movies and games that we're listing off in terms of what the hell this is.
I'm just gonna say none of you have told me anything about any of you. I've told you a lot about me, and, like, you're all like super suspicious right now.
I mean, your lot was that you're going to a cheerleading competition and you're dressed as a cheerleader. So that's the summary of it. But hi, my name is Jordan. Jordan Dean. I'm an event planner. I was going to an event.
Like a wedding planner?
Sometimes.
Ow, as an event industries person, that hurts.
Right. And your stories?
I'm Orion.
Like
Orion
the
Rivers.
star?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that a real name?
the series of them, yeah. Kind of a group thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Orion
And you?
Rivers.
Mike Donovan, work order. I had to go to Topeka to fix a giant animatronic rat.
Ew. I don't even like real rats. Why would there be animatronic rats?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Kids love them. I
What?
just fix them.
No. Ew. What is? Ugh.
So are we, just to move this along a little bit, who's staying in the room and who's going outside?
Jordan's staying in the room.
I'm staying with. Does Jordan appear female?
Yes.
I'm staying with the girl because it just seems safer.
It's strange because Jordan recommends you should go outside so you can hear what's happening.
Right. With the mechanic and the star person.
Pick one. I would like
Mike
not to be
starts-
alone. We're supposed to split to two, so we're not alone, and we're gonna
Mike
see.
starts heading down and out, unless not quickly, but unless someone catches up to him, he's just going outside by himself like an idiot.
So go with him, please.
Is there like a lamp in the room or like something stick like a sculpture?
Honestly, bring your spirit stick. That is lovely and thematic.
Yes. I bring my spirit stick.
Okay, so yeah, Orion and Jordan, you are staying in the room, windows open. Emma and Mike, you head down. So Emma, much like the room, the rest of this hotel is beautifully Art Nouveau. You pass by the front desk. It's empty, but there are empty letterboxes behind it for all of the rooms, as it used to be in old hotels. And as both of you walk out into the town square, Emma, you see that you have gone from the 1920s to old Tudor Germanic style. You have the white faces with the wooden cross beams of the shops. The sound doesn't exist as soon as you step out. But both of you hear it sort of muffled slowly come back on until it hits normal volume the closer you get to the fountain, as if something is, for lack of better phraseology, turning up the volume.
I can't can you hear anything?
A little bit, yeah. Forward, back away, like he does a little bit of that kind of like, is it just getting louder or is it distance based?
So no, now it's constant normal volume. As I'm going to give this to you a freebie. It's like something learned that having no sound is not correct.
Hey, what are you guys doing? I don't know if you hear me or
Window
not.
right now.
Wait,
This is like that place my parents took me to.
and Ben, was that raised hand a question or was that in character?
That was him like
Okay.
raising his hand. Yeah, that was just.
I don't know if they can hear me from the window anymore or not, but trying it anyway.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like you're yelling over a distance, but y'all can hear each other.
Can we hear the fountain from the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, we could earlier, yeah. I'll just look back at Jordan. Okay, so we have to amend the theory now, because now it's different than it was before.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going with
just
government
changed.
program.
A what?
I'm going with government program because they have
Okay,
they have Doppler technology that can actually muffle sounds, and the emergency call doesn't work, and you can only block that if you are on a government line. You have to be able to actually tap into the federal system. So isolated. There's a lot of pop-up towns. Government uses them for testing facilities. I knew a guy one time who he made a pit stop at one. He thought he was making a stop like to get a hotel, and nobody would give him a hotel. And then when he left, there was like a weird like patrol guy, and that town actually isn't on the map. So this might be one of those situations. You like add all that together, we might be in one of those isolated type areas. Well, how we got there, it's a different story, but that's my current working theory.
That's certainly a theory. What's the key?
Oh, I've had this for a while.
No, the other one that you put in your pocket earlier.
Huh?
The other one that you put in that pocket earlier.
Oh, it's a matching key. I just pulled up both.
Yeah.
They're matching set.
Why?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
I would say I have theories, but I mean, in all honesty, it's a key. It could open a lot of different things. It could open doors. It could open boxes. It could open locks, just general locks. But I mean, hopefully I'll find out eventually.
Orion, what did you do with the note that was next to the key?
Oh, that's in my pocket as well.
So Jordan, when you saw him slip the key, and you also saw the note slip in too.
Can I see the paper that came with it? Can I see the paper that came with it?
Yeah, I guess. And I'll just hold it up.
It says 2 down.
Two.
What's that mean?
It means that there's more than 2 keys.
2 down as in how many left to go?
I don't know.
Seem not as freaked out about that as okay.
I mean, we already lost all the people that were on the bus, and we wind up at a strange town, and there's some sort of Doppler technology that's happening that's muffling sound and bringing it back, and we apparently were expected here. So factor all that in together. No, I'm not as weirded out that they have something for me. If they already know he's going to be here, apparently.
I suppose you're first on the list.
So we're going to cut back down to the town square where Mike and Emma are. You are in front of the fountain, I'm assuming. Emma, you see what looks to be old-timey food shops. There's a butchery, like fishmongers. They are actual like stores. You have the grocers with all the fruits and veggies. You have the post office. There is a like a leatherworking for just like random leather goods. Again, the butchers, the fishmongers. There's no like word sign above it, but there's just symbols. But the symbols just go kind of weird, like a pig's head for the butchery and a what was it that I used? A gutted fish for the fishmonger. Yeah. But you were also in front of the fountain, and it looks like a very lovely fountain. There are coins, like someone used it as a wishing well.
She'll like reach into her pocket and pull out like a dime and try throwing it in there.
Yeah, it goes in there, but as you watch the dime sink to the bottom, you notice that the coins don't look like American money.
I knew it. You all are liars.
No, I'm not.
We're in like Europe or Asia or I don't know, some country. I don't read other languages.
What fucking bus gets you to Asia from Omaha?
How do I know when I was passed out that you didn't put me on a barge or like an airplane or a helicopter?
What, you think I've got a daughter that would have won nationals if you weren't there? Why the hell would I do that?
It's a great question. Look
I'm
at
going
the
to lose my
fountain.
fucking job if I don't get back on that bus and back on schedule.
It's probably for the best. There's coins in the fountain.
Okay.
They've got like foreign symbols on them. They're not American, which is where we were.
Mike, are you fishing one of the coins out?
Yeah, if she doesn't, I do.
Oh no, that water's gross. I'm not touching it.
Okay, so the coins are about the size of a $50, but this is not any money that you have ever seen. This is not, a euro. This is not a pound. This is not any sort of a yen or anything like that. It's got a symbol on it, and you don't recognize it. But when you look at it, it kind of twinges something unhappy in your brain.
Okay.
And Emma, when you catch sight of the symbol as well, it does the same. Like there's just something off about all this.
To clarify, does it inspire a bad memory,
No.
or is it visually distressing?
It's sort of like your brain understands that this is not normal.
Cool.
I think somebody either drugged us or they used hypnotherapy. Or maybe they did both. I think somebody's like messing with us.
I think we're being messed with. I'm not all the way convinced it's a somebody right now.
Okay, so like you're really worried about your job. Are you worth money? Because that's the only reason somebody would like kidnap a bunch of people is if we're all worth money.
I don't know. I got like $6,000 in Snap-on in my toolbox, but that's about it. Like that's my worldly goods.
Yeah. Maybe the event planner's worth something.
No. Event havers are worth something, not event planners.
Yeah. So maybe somebody's lying about who they are?
I don't know.
Should we go inside?
Unless Orion's being like the dead guy on the floor in the Saw movie, that's it. That's my only guess for somebody that's playing doubles.
Dead guy?
You never saw Saw?
Movie?
The first one.
Oh my god, that was like 20 years ago.
Oh my god, you're right.
How am I supposed to remember a movie that came out 20 years ago?
I don't know. Maybe your parents talked about it. Jesus. And he just kind of like starts walking back towards the hotel. Just decaying into dust and floating away on his way back.
So yeah, I will say you all reconvene in room 508, your presidential suite.
Can I very quickly, without going too far afield, like do a quick loop to look for like vending machines or a kitchen or something that like starting to worry about food and water here?
Yeah, so there are no vending machines, but you do find a kitchen. It's fully stocked with actually fresh food, and this is real food. The oven feels warm when you pass by it. There is a freshly cooked pot of stew on the stove, and there's a little order slip on like one of the the pin sticky thingy, the spiky thingies. Words are fun. that says dinner for 4, no pickles, 8 keys.
Well, that's coming with us.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to like take some of the food?
I don't know. Do you like unidentifiable chunks of meat and carrots?
It smells good.
Smells all right.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably a lot of calories. Is there like vegetables or like something that looks lean?
It's a fully stocked kitchen.
All right, she's just gonna like start like grabbing shit to make like salad and.
There's no dressing, which I don't think you would want, but there is
No,
oil
she
and
wouldn't need
vinegar.
dressing.
There is oil and vinegar.
Perfect. Well, if they were trying to kill us, then they would have already killed us, but clearly they want us alive, so I'm pretty sure the food's edible. Don't look at me like that.
Just wash them. Just wash them. Just saying. Just wash them real good.
Oh, that's right. We're in like another country. Got it.
Wow.
Mike and Emma, on your exploration, I will say you can go back and explore them later, but I'll say you passed by a bar area. You passed by the manager's office, housekeeping area, and on your way up to room 508 to convene with everyone else with the food and also the order slip that you found, you hear static from a radio. And you don't really remember a radio being in this hall, but you see one. And
Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
As you pass by it, you hear the static and you hear the voice. You don't recognize the voice, but the voice says, "We've been in this hotel for days. The messages have stopped coming. We don't know where to go next. We don't know what it wants from us. Someone, please, if you're listening to this, please help us." And then it goes static again.
Well, that gave Ben goosebumps.
Days.
Dave's not here, man.
Days. Like they've been
Days.
stuck here for days?
For days.
Ew. No.
I don't even know who they are. I have no idea who those people are. I don't know anything. Let's just, you know what? Let's just get let's
Let's steal the walkie-talkie. She goes and looks for the walkie-talkie. Or the radio.
So
Whatever
it's just like an old timey radio.
She unplugs it and takes it with her.
You can't.
It doesn't unplug?
It's not plugged into anything, but it's stuck on the table.
She like starts like pushing with like all of her strength. Hey, can you try and like move this thing? It doesn't look that heavy, but it's like really heavy.
Sure. Mike gives it a quick look to see if it looks like it's been bolted onto the table below it. Doesn't look like anything like that. All right, then he and his D20 of brawn are just gonna try to.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna work. And the moment you try, it's gone.
And how does it gone? Does it?
As if it was never there in the first place.
Does it just like poof into smoke? Does it?
You don't see it disappear. It's like you blink.
It's like between frames. Yeah.
What, did you break it?
Yes, I am so amazingly strong that I destroyed the entire radio and bench.
Where are the
Fear
pieces?
me, wahaha.
We could maybe do Morse code with them.
Do you know Morse code?
No, but I figure you do, or the weird star person does.
Let's go bring the food back.
So Jordan and Orion, you see Mike and Emma walk back into the room. They now have food with them. Mike is carrying. Did you bring the whole vat? Did you bring like a tray with bowls of stew and with you?
He either would have brought like a tray, or if there's like a little a room service cart.
Yeah, we'll say you brought a room service cart.
Yeah, he probably would have just grabbed a random assortment of just like easily edible stuff if there was stuff around, like bread or whatever, you know.
Yeah, again, fully stocked kitchen. Essentially, storyteller's note. This is sort of your save space. Like you won't be physically harmed here yet. So Mike is pushing a service cart with bowls of delicious smelling stew with breads with some, crudité. Emma is carrying her personal salad bowl.
Don't eat the weird government food. What are you doing?
You don't eat the weird government food, you don't grow up big and strong.
Well, you don't grow up with all the chemicals that they put into you to test you.
Obviously, if they were trying to kill us, they would have just killed us by now.
Right, they don't want to kill us. They want to observe us and monitor us and test.
Well, I hope I pass so I can get out of here.
How about this? They can monitor you being hungry.
Well, I mean, I have food in my bag.
I'm on an extremely strict diet. Do you have any idea what this body takes to survive?
Spite?
Angst, artificial feelings of rejection?
Ew. Nobody rejects me. 5-time national winners.
We're just gonna
You
go
smell
through
that?
the food quietly.
It smells like victory.
Yeah, Jordan, this food smells amazing.
Was anyone down there cooking?
Nope.
Oh no, there was just like creepy food left out.
No, it's just a ghost kitchen, just cooking itself.
He also broke the radio.
Found a radio?
Yeah, and I tried to steal it and he broke it.
Why'd you break the radio?
I didn't break it. The radio and the table it was sitting on disappeared when I tried to pick it up.
Well, that's entirely different than breaking. Those are two completely separate things.
Yeah. How did it disappear? Like,
were you looking at it when it disappeared?
I had my fucking hands on it.
And it just like that, or just?
Yep.
Had you eaten any of the weird government testing food before you tried to touch the radio?
No. Well,
Okay.
no. I mean, I had a bite.
And I was right. We're definitely in like Europe or something because the fountain has a bunch of coins in it and they're all like foreign coins. They're not American.
Did you bring any?
Why would I bring somebody else's weird foreign money?
Well, he did, so you could actually see what country it is.
So it is. You heard the description. Size of a silver dollar, but there is a symbol on it that just it kind of in the back of your head. It just something's not happy in your brain about this symbol.
Would I have seen this symbol somewhere before, possibly with the amount of just bullshit I researched?
So no, in the sense it's nothing that you've researched, but it's kind of similar to what's carved into the top of those keys you got.
Is it still hanging around his neck?
Yeah, mine is. The one I had on me already is the other one's been back in my pocket for a bit.
Passes the coin back over to him.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
That is, I don't know what that is.
It doesn't have any. Countries usually have some sort of demarcation on them if it's country currency. This isn't country currency. Usually it's say like a motto or have a face on it.
Yeah, like in God we trust.
And aren't like creepy and weird. Is it a
They were
prop?
all like this in the fountain? All of them?
As many as I looked at. I mean, once I, how many weird coins do I need to look at before I decide I'm done? I mean, so
That's
far
fair.
the answer is one.
Well, I mean,
So there was like a bar downstairs. Who wants to like go?
Kind of slightly with Orion here about the food because it's all nice and fresh and hot and good and delicious smelling, but no one made it.
also, are you old enough to drink?
Wow, that's really rude.
You're a cheerleader.
So no.
College, duh.
Still do that?
Still do that. What are you talking
Still
about?
not
I'm
good.
there on scholarship.
I thought cheerleading was more like a high school kind of thing.
Ew. No.
I mean, still a gap between 18 and 21, so it still is not an answer. But anyway, no.
I mean, if ATF agents show up to arrest us for serving underage, I mean, we'll get a lot of questions answered. So I really feel like it's a win either way.
That is true. That is true.
Also, it's totally fine. I have a fake. And we're in Europe, so I'm allowed to drink.
We're probably
There's
not
the
in
answer.
Europe, but
It's definitely Europe out there. I swear. There was like a store with like a dead fish. It's Europe. I think.
Oh yeah, all the stores that don't have like names on them and just pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, see? Europe.
It's not how Europe works.
What would you know? You're an event planner, not a travel agent.
Yeah, it looks like a set. So basically when like I don't know like what type of age this would be. Not medieval, a little later than that.
it's a little dramatic,
But-
I think.
Kind of. But basically, when people can't read words, they use pictures. So when you want to go to a fishmonger and you can't read the word fish, the picture fish is there. And that's what every store there is like, where they don't know the actual word for it. So they just pick the picture out and put it on there. Which is
It seems
not
like you
what
know a
we
lot
do.
about this. Just
Yes,
saying.
as I said, it's like a set.
Like a government test site set.
Well, that's not sure.
I'm just saying, Mike and I are the only people who don't seem to know anything about this, and now it's very suspicious that you
Well,
both know
no.
a lot about this.
It's not that we know a lot about it, it's that we're thinking about it and trying to make sense of it.
I mean, I was telling her here about like sometimes like government like military will have like test towns where they can actually run drills, and they're set out like in the middle of nowhere. So they just build everything up like it's supposed to be, and they operate it like a normal town, but they're actually running tests there so that they can practice run without having to be in actual civilian territory. And this sort of comes off like one, though it's a little bit like period compared to
You're
normal
like-
ones.
One of those people who like really want to get inside Area 51, aren't you?
Oh God, no. No, I don't know what's in there. I don't be anywhere near that.
Do you wear like tinfoil as a hat?
I don't wear hats. It messes up my hair.
Mike, as a reminder, you found that order slip in the kitchen.
Right. You're right. I did. So he puts the eaten bowl of stew down because he's going to not die hungry, and pulls out the order slip and refresh me on what exactly it says.
It said dinner for 4, no pickles, 8 keys.
EIGHT or ATE?
EIGHT.
Okay. Well, who doesn't like pickles?
Ew. Not unless you're like pregnant.
I'm on the fence about them.
Well, this was the order slip that was downstairs by the food. Dinner for 4, no pickles, 8 keys.
Did you bring up keys?
No, there weren't not any keys that I saw.
Okay, so the order's not fulfilled then.
Ooh. Stick your hand in the stew and see if there's keys in the bottom of the stew.
Why?
As a quick reminder, the note with the key said 2 down.
Mm-hmm. Not sharing that, but yeah.
Can you share that?
Okay, sure. So
Storytelling,
okay,
like
so
maneuvering.
so no other keys down there?
None that I saw. No, I mean there was, we saw the manager's office. I didn't go in there, but
And the bar.
Okay, because I've got my key, and then there's the key that I showed you that was in the room, and that's 2 keys. It said 2 down. So now, Jordan.
Yes.
Jordan. Now there's a number. It's 8, apparently.
Wait. Oh. I'm stroke of brilliance. The room we're in. 508.
Elaborate.
8 clearly means something.
Yeah, it's the number that's on the
Door.
letter, the note.
Also means something else.
What does
I
the
don't
50
know.
mean?
You're like the smart people, apparently.
Apparently.
oh boy.
Apparently.
Look, if you need somebody who's like really, really vapid or like really, really good at yelling and dancing and pressing their clothes, I've got you. But like everything else, I like pay people to do. Or just like smile at them and wait for them to do it.
Well, it's yourself aware.
There's that. Okay, so 8
So
keys.
do we think it means 2 keys, or do you think it means 2 doors down?
Or 2 people dead. Were there more people with us?
No, we were at.
Well, I already had this key, and then the note said 2 down with the key that made it 2 keys.
Where did you get your key? Your first key?
Found it. Not here.
Where?
The internet.
Where on the internet?
Oh.
I don't feel comfortable disclosing all of the locations that I make purchases in a town that might be monitored by the military or the government.
I
You
feel
got
like
the
it-
bad
Ryan,
drugs
buddy,
for
if they
us.
got a matching key already, they know where you got it. Come on, let's problem solve, buddy.
Fine. It's one of the trading boards that I'm on.
The black web.
Dark web, but no.
Whatever.
But yes, but no. It's an information trade when we're looking for.
The Silk Road.
Sure. We trade information on different topics that we're researching, and
Me?
there's more than one person on the internet.
Well, obviously.
So we trade in information and whatnot, and I was like, somebody offered me this in exchange for some research that I was doing and doing some actual deciphering. It seemed interesting, so I went with it, and I've sort of kept it since. And it jumped out to me, so I went. So I agreed, and now there's another one here, and I'm starting to put pieces together.
Can I see
Did you
the
have-
key?
Huh?
Yeah.
Can I see the key?
Yeah, I just reached into my pocket and pulled the other one out.
She's gonna take that one and then pick up the coin and kind of compare.
Yeah, it's the same symbol. The key itself is like one of the larger ones, like that goes into an old timey lock. It's ornate. It's got that same symbol on top of it. But again, something just feels not right. Like it's an echo of what it actually should be. Like something created this for a purpose, but they don't have all the information. Like,
It's a prop.
yeah.
It's a Disney World key.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've been there before, a lot of times, and like keys don't look like that there. That's creepy.
But what I mean is, like, it's not real. Like, it's for the fucking castle in the middle of the place. Like, it's not a real castle. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's a key. it only looks like a key. It's
It's
not
like the
actually.
inception of a key.
It's like
Sure.
a key for either a very specific thing or not a key that's functional whatsoever.
Well,
Can I
every
like
key-
see it?
Every key is functional if you
Both.
find the lock that matches it.
Sure.
She's gonna walk outside and try using it in the hotel room.
Nope. The end of the key is far too big for the lock.
She's just gonna randomly walk around the hotel room, like looking for things to stick it in.
So you see Emma walking around just jabbing this key into whatever keyhole she can find, and it's not fitting into any of them.
I think we're looking for a place that has 8 different locks on it.
Like the bar.
Like the castle that's probably here.
Anyway, fit with the
Is that anything
dramatic
about a
thing, I
castle?
guess.
That was one of the first thoughts we had when we first like passed by that old gate. You didn't see it, so
I will say, Emma, I will say, when you were in the town square, you did see the gate. You were just on the opposite
Okay.
side of it.
Excellent.
So yeah, there's a
Oh, like
nice
the creepy,
old-
like wannabe Jurassic Park gate.
yeah, like with the moles
Okay.
and all the stuff on it surrounding the
Yeah.
town. By the way, the town's called Archer's Point. And yeah,
What?
it's Archer's
What
Point.
kind of name is Archer's Point?
I assume at some point we're going to find a statue of an archer that's pointing at something.
Well, point is usually a name that's associated with either something that's close to a mountain or close to a body of water. So it could be one of those two things.
I would think the
Uh-huh.
water because of all the algae and the fog.
It's reasonable.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that key probably goes somewhere out there. It's a bit too modern in here for that.
Probably.
And
Look,
apparently there's 10 keys.
I'm not real thrilled with any of this right now. Like, I gotta admit this, I am unhappy with this bullshit. And if somebody comes out from behind a hidden wall with a camera like Ashton Kutcher, he's getting punched. But whatever the hell's going on, I don't feel like sitting here until we run out of stew.
No, we just go
Let's-
back to the grocery store and get more.
That's
The fish market.
I
if
feel
somebody
like we want to not be here at all
Yeah.
in this town.
Yeah, I want out. And right now it feels like, at least for a little while, we got to play along with whatever fucking puzzle they put in here. Like, we need a red key, a green key, and a blue key, or we need
is this,
to
like
have
Dr.
the
Seuss now?
butterfly lock or something.
No, they're all silver so far. 2 of them are silver. Or can I?
I'm just saying, I think we go to the bar. I'll work much better after I've had a couple shots. 4:10. I'll be able to think a lot more clearly, and I think that we'll have a really good time.
That seems
I don't
unlikely.
think that's how that works.
It's absolutely how that works.
Okay.
Clearly, you've never gone into a hotel room with like an entire squad of cheerleaders.
That's not my genre. Can I have the key back?
Yeah, it's like useless anyway. She like kind of like throws it.
Thank you.
It surprisingly has like some oomph when she throws it.
So Emma, you're going to the bar. Who is going with Emma, and who's gonna go to the hotel manager's office, and who's just gonna wander around the hotel, or are you just staying in the room?
Jordan will probably go with Emma as she goes towards the bar, but they pass by the manager's room, so she's going to deviate into there.
Okay. Before I tell you what's in there, Mike and Orion, where are y'all going?
I am going down. I am going to the bar or anywhere interesting along the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll be going downstairs, and I'm just probably gonna be examining the lobby at that point in general. Maybe if I can see, like, where they came from with this disappearing radio too.
So yeah, as you guys leave the room, the table is back where it was, but there's no radio on it. Orion, I will come to you last in the hotel lobby. So everyone else taking a stop in the manager's office, you find the logbook of the hotel manager, and it feels like a normal office. You know, there's nothing really weird about it, and the logbook is just taking track of the guests that have entered, guests that have checked out. There's no dates to it, so that's a little confusing. And then it gets to the last page, and it's the date you departed from the bus depot. And it says, must make preparations, guests to arrive shortly.
For all 4 of us?
It just says guests to arrive shortly. It doesn't have your names.
Gotcha.
This is some bullshit.
Yep. I don't like that there's no date or times. It's just names and checking in and checking out. Cool.
I don't.
Should I keep this
I don't
okay?
like
Should I
this
leave
at
this
all.
here? In case
I don't know.
whatever is filling this out wants it here.
Is there any more information in it?
Not that I can see. Other than, the bus. When did you leave? Oh. So we have the time for when we left for the on the bus from the station. And that's it. That's the only time that's on here. I'm gonna leave this here because I don't want to be chased by anything that wants this.
No. It's.
I'm gonna get a shot. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
let's do that.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you go into the bar. It's a normal bar, fully stocked with some top-notch, not name brands, but sort of like the like, you know how TV shows get away with near approximations to name brands? It's that, but they're all
Like
the expensive brands.
Like Tarantino's Red Apple cigarettes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And there is a half-empty highball glass with just the remnants of some kind of cocktail and melting ice with lipstick on the rim. And there is a napkin with a scrawled message on it.
Well, Emma got there first, so we'll.
Oh yeah, she's just drinking and investigating everything. She has no awareness to safety or minding her own business.
So you check out the napkin?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So the napkin reads, oh gosh, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah. Follow the invitations. It'll help you leave. Don't trust and there's a water stain.
Of course.
Oh. I hold on. She starts digging around behind the bar. Is there any a notepad or anything?
Yeah.
Does it look like it matches where this note came from?
So the note's scrawled on a napkin.
Oh, it's on a napkin.
It's on a napkin.
I've got nothing.
What invitations?
Didn't we have that stupid invitation earlier that had all of our names on it?
Yeah.
What did it say exactly again? Maybe we didn't catch something.
No, it just said, good to have you or something like that.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
But you did find it in the letterboxes in the lobby, and that's where Orion is heading.
Yeah.
So there's
Indeed.
now another note in the letterbox for room 508.
That was not there before when I pulled the first one out.
Nope.
Let's take it out of the box.
So this is not in an envelope. It's sort of like an invitation flyer of sorts. It is a glossy black paper with silver calligraphy on it. And it says, "You are cordially invited to pay your respects to," and the name is smudged out. And below it, it says, "At Archer's Point Cemetery."
How is it smudged out?
So the smudge looks printed, like all the other letterings.
So it looks like it was almost intended.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else noteworthy on this invitation? Was it just flat black with this text?
Just that.
I'm just gonna stick my hand into the letterbox just to see if there's other letters hiding in there at this point.
No, it's fairly shallow, so you can see the wall behind it.
I'm not trusting it though, and I'm still putting my hand all the way to the back of it.
You hit the back of the wall.
Okay. That's ominous. I guess the whole thing's ominous. I'm gonna just, while I'm behind here, I'm gonna just take a look around to see, like, is there anything else in this lobby, in particular, like in the receiving area, that indicates that anybody was even here, if not now, then earlier.
There is, so you know those racks with like maps or brochures for local sites. So there's one of those. It's all empty save for one. And when you open it up, it is a obviously hand-drawn map that goes from the town square to the cemetery.
Specifically.
Does
it look like it's leaving off parts of the town that, like,
absolutely
we definitely already saw?
It is only showing the parts of the town that you have seen.
Okay. There's more straightforward ways to do this. What direction does it look like it is?
So from the fountain, it looks like it's heading north.
All right. And just out of curiosity, does the symbol that's on my keys and the coin appear anywhere on either the invitation or this map?
Nope.
Okay. A little less culty. I'll just gather things and go find the others at this point if there's nothing else to retrieve in this area.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you make your way to the bar. Has everyone made themselves drinks, or are we still
just straight green goose?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
One shot.
She's like 4 or 5 in.
This sort of time?
Oh yeah, she doesn't waste time.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the three of you have made your drinks, and in walks Orion. Do you have the papers in hand, or have you?
Yeah. I'm not putting them. There's no reason to put them in my bag if I have to take them back out again.
Mm-hmm.
We got more mail.
More invitations?
Yeah, an actual invitation.
So we got a note over here and written on a napkin saying that we get more invitations. So
That tracks with the extremely convenient and shady delivery methods of everything. We're supposed to visit and pay respects to an undisclosed person at Archer's Point Cemetery, which don't worry about finding it because we have this handy map that shows us only where to find it and nothing else to use.
Here's the thing. I don't do cemeteries.
I get the feeling you don't do a lot of things, and we're going to be a little bit limited in what we can do here.
There's like dead people and like dead things.
ideally
find
they
a
stay under
cemetery,
the
yes.
ground or in tombs.
Yeah, but this is clearly like not a normal world, so I feel like they're not gonna stay dead.
I
Like-
respect your theorizing, but as the others mentioned, apparently we have to play along, especially since nothing else on this map in this entire town is drawn. It's not even a compass rose. It's just here's where we are now, and here's the cemetery.
See, here's the thing though. I have what I call my intuition, and it's kind of like my survival instincts.
Has that worked
And
out well for you?
I'm still alive.
We're
Like,
here
if
in
you
this
think about
situation.
every horror movie in existence, it's always the hot girl who dies first. This doesn't bode well for me.
So what do you propose we do?
Maybe not go to the creepy cemetery?
Okay. What's the other plan?
Maybe try going back out the gate?
Do you want to try that?
Sure. Did you already try it while I was like passed out?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think we have options before we resort to the creepy cemetery. Just like
I'm getting the growing suspicion that our options are going to very quickly narrow until we don't.
At least from the warning that was on the napkin. Yes, it
Okay.
said,
Warning?
yeah. So she's going to take the napkin and just hand it to Orion.
So the napkin has a handwritten note, and it said, oh God, what did I say? Like, follow the invitations. It will lead you out of here. Don't
will
trust
help
the. It would help you out here. Out of here. Don't trust the smudge. ...
Out of curiosity, is the smudge on this napkin visually similar in length to the smudge on my invitation?
No.
Okay.
But
good to
it
know.
also looks like it was done intentionally.
Okay. Well, and I'll just I will hold up the invitation next to the napkin. Now, Jordan, usually I'm not one for the film set idea, but this is getting a little bit more staged than just a government-run military town.
Yeah.
You might be onto something with this, though I did not sign a waiver for any filming, so that's going to be a problem.
I will agree to go to the creepy cemetery on one condition. We stock up with like weapons and like fire and more alcohol that we turn into fire bombs. I saw that in a zombie movie once.
So I did take I did run through everyone's stuff in the bus and assemble it all into a backpack. So we have lighters and we have radios and we have tools. So
Ew, you went through everybody's stuff?
yes,
That's really suspicious.
there was no one there, and we were the only ones there, and now we're in this situation. So turns out it was a good idea.
Mm,
Do you want to try your idea of leaving first, just to see what happens?
sure, why not?
Is everyone else okay with that theory?
Like I said, I have the growing suspicion that we're going to be narrowed onto a path. So, sure.
Mike's got some life experience with the illusion of freedom. So that's the vibe he's getting is very much that. So he's following along, just patiently waiting for everyone else to also, catch on to that. So,
I mean, yeah, all four of you walk out of the hotel, you walk back to the bus, and the fog that has, a thin layer that's been along the ground, it's gotten a little bit thicker. And as you go back to the bus, there is a wall of fog that just blocks out everything past the bus.
Is there a rock, like rocks on the ground?
Sure, yeah, there's some gravel. It's cobblestone. Yeah.
We're just gonna pick some up and throw it.
It bounces off.
Yeah. I'm just literally just gonna look at Emma and just keep picking up and throwing it against the wall of fog.
You're muted.
Yeah. Clearly you're not throwing it hard enough, and she's just gonna walk straight through it.
You hit the wall of fog.
Ow! Ow! Fuck!
That's not how fog works.
This is so frustrating.
Jordan's
I have
gonna
a
go.
competition to get to.
Yeah, I think that's the least of our problems right now. She goes up to the ball of fog and really feels it to feel like, how solid is it? Any type of permeance?
Yeah, so when you normally walk through fog, you can kind of feel the mist, but you don't actually feel the fog. You feel the fog, and you feel it moving and rippling across your palm, but it is solid wall. Like you can push against it a little bit, but you are not getting through this.
All right, this is. I don't know what this is.
Well, now I'm circling back to the military testing site thing, because this would be an amazing defense system. Storyteller, was the bus engine warm?
It was cold.
Earlier? It's cold? Okay.
Dead cold.
And I'm assuming if I walk back into the bus, I'm not going to find anything in the way of a key for the bus. And I'm assuming also the bus is not halfway into the fog. It's where the bus ends is the fog.
Yeah.
Is
Look,
there
guys, I
in the
appreciate.
bus? Oh, sorry.
I appreciate your dedication to the scientific method, but there's a force field made out of fucking fog right over there. And I've got a real feeling that it's just going to push us right to the fucking cemetery. We're either going to comply or we're going to be complied.
Like I said, narrowing options. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd rather end up in the cemetery on my feet.
In the bus, is there one of those big metal brake sticks that I can rip out?
Oh, where you pull on it's not that kind of bus.
What kind of bus is it?
It's like a Greyhound bus. A black dog bus. You can't do brands.
What about what are those things? Put out fire extinguisher.
Yeah, there's a small handheld fire extinguisher.
She's gonna take that and get off the bus. She goes, all right, fine, we can go to the stupid fucking graveyard. No, I'm gonna die there. And I'm going to haunt all of you with my ghost.
Seeing her come out with the fire extinguisher and also just taking note of the head wound, just go, 2 seconds. I'm going to go in. I'm going to see if there is a first aid kit on this bus.
So there was. It was one of the things that Jordan brought out.
All right. So at which point I'll probably say, there's no first aid kit, and I'll be told that there's a first aid kit taken.
Yeah, I got one already.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then I guess we follow the fixed path.
Yeah, dog can do.
So as you walk back into
I'm not leading.
Okay.
So as you walk back into the town square with Emma definitely not leading, You notice that there had been an area of thicker fog almost blocking your path, and it's now dissipated. And it is exactly in the direction where the map is telling you to go. And we're going to end this episode here. We will pick up in the graveyard, the totally not spooky graveyard, next episode.
Fine. Everything's
Totally not spooky.
fine. Everything's okay.
No ghosts.
Thank you all for tuning in to the premiere episode of Archer's Point. Mallory, since you had to hop on after break, why don't you take this moment to introduce yourself? Any social medias you want to plug?
I am Mallory. Most social media outlets, I'm at MMC, but it's spelled EMEMCE. And I do a D&D stream. I do a D&D stream on Twitch. But we just finished our first season, so season 2 is supposed to come out in a month or two. So stay tuned.
Perfect. Lovely. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I cannot wait to torture everyone starting next episode. This was just sort of laying the foundation, just setting the mood. It's gonna get worse. I'm so excited. But we will see you not next week, because next week is Lord of the Rings, or I will be your friendly neighborhood hobbit, but the week after. We will see you then. Curtis, take us out.